Hey everyone, it's Robert, and welcome back to Rob Unwraps. Today, because the Astro A50s did so good on the channel, we're going to take a look at the next step up in the series, the Astro A50s. Let's get these unwrapped. You will notice on this box that it does specify that it's for the Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Whereas there's another one that is specifically designed to be compatible with the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. And Evie wants to really call attention to that. Similar to the A40s, this box is pretty nice. It has embossing on it, which catches the light. I don't know that the camera's going to pick it up, but it's a pretty nice touch. On the back, it tells us all the contents that should be in the box. It's the A50, it's wireless, it comes with a base station. Take this down, open it up. Here we have an optical cord. It's a little bit of a shame that the new consoles do not support these devices. However, if you have a PC that does, it makes for a nice quality sound. The headsets themselves, notice they do swivel. Up and down, nice soft material. I really enjoy this nice cloth material in here as opposed to some of the other headsets that come with the faux leather in this price range. Lift that plastic up. Underneath we have a bag that I'm sure has warranty information in it for us. Probably has a couple stickers. Might have the Dolby Atmos redemption information on it for Xbox. Do not return this to the store. Yes, and there's the Dolby information for the Xbox. Notice you have to scratch the code and redeem it. I will be doing that. This still uses micro USB. This is before USB-C really started to get popular, so we have USB-A to micro USB for the charger. And here we have the base station that also has the prongs in here for you to set your headphones in and charge. Oop, it didn't all peel all the way. There's a whole lot of plastic on this to take off. So we have our micro USB, auxiliary, optical in and out, USB, and the switch between Xbox and the PC. All right, that's what we got in the box. Let's try these on and get them set up and see how they work. So first things first, let's check out how these feel. A little big. Let's go ahead and get these adjusted down. They push up through the top here. Got a pretty nice, easy slide action. And there are lines indicating how much you've adjusted them. So you can kind of figure out your own presets. This might be a little too high. There we go. I got it. These feel pretty nice and comfortable. Something I really like, and I've mentioned in most of my videos, that Astro has is the cuffs on these ears are made of a really high quality cloth material. And so you don't get that fake animal flesh, unbreathable skin or plastic stuck against the side of your head. Another nice feature, these cuffs, they come out and they're replaceable. So if you wear them out and they go bad, there's 3 magnets, pops right back in there. In and out, real super clean. If you have to, you get in there and clean by the drives.
So this is the audio test on my PC with these Astro A50s hooked up, and you should be able to hear my voice just fine. And one thing I wanted to point out with these, as opposed to their A40 brothers, is that when I mute these by and what I just said was I was actually muted, and I could look down at my audio mixer and tell that it was not picking up any sound at all, which means the mic was not hot. Unlike its brethren, the Astro A40, where even when you mute that, the mic is still live. Right. So, testing, 1, 2, 3. How's this sound? Sounds good to me.
These do pivot 90 degrees, so you can take them and easily set them here, set them on a flat surface. The sound quality on them is fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. You can definitely hear the Dolby when you have it hooked up to your Xbox, or also when you have it hooked up to your PC. Something interesting to note, this Astro A50 set is clearly branded for the Xbox, right? It says right down here in the corner. So that might lead you to believe that these do not work for the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. That is absolutely not the case. If you plug your Astros into your PS5 and you have the switch set to PC, it will work just fine. You may not get your 3D audio, however, your microphone and the audio as is sounds really good. So you might think that that means that this will not work on your PlayStation. I almost fell for that trap and bought another set to try them on the PS5. But that is not the case. If you plug that base station into the PS5 and you set it to PC, it works like a charm. So if you were thinking, man, I really don't want to have to go and buy a set for each console, if you have both, don't worry, you don't. Interestingly enough, the Astro A50s for the PlayStation 5 say they need an additional HDMI cord, and when I was at Best Buy, they wanted like $30 for it. I'm not really sure what that's for, so buyer beware. If you're looking to get this for the PlayStation, you may not need all that. You might need that for the 3D audio, but I'm not sure why they're trying to jack you for another 40 bucks. Okay, so at 370 plus grams, these are the heaviest headset I have so far on this series of reviews. They have, however, become my daily users. I've actually been using these for a little bit over a month now. Because of the price point, I really wanted to make sure that I could give a solid recommendation on these, yes or no. I think they sound great. The Astro Command Center software allows you to adjust the equalizer. I'm not thrilled with some of the presets. In fact, one of them gives a very metallic sound. Be careful on their presets, but you do have room to create your own sound profiles, and if you're an audiophile, there's something in there for you to play around with and try and tweak these to, you know, what sounds the best for you. After a couple hours of continuous wear, I do start to feel the weight of the headsets, and it's predominantly around my temple. So I don't know if it's just the head part isn't really, I don't know if it's the head strap just isn't really braced against the top of my head well, but it starts to feel like the ears start to push in on you. Whereas for my Steel series, that ski strap really does absorb a lot of that weight. I can't speak highly enough of these ear cuffs. The way they fit around your ear and push against it, it's just immensely comfortable. So, all things in life, there's a little bit of compromise, and I think that this is one of those things that I am willing to compromise. Another drawback to the Astro A50s is I do think that they are ready for a refresh. There are less expensive headsets that are starting to catch up to them. The fact that Xbox has put out their own headset, which is at a $100 price point, it can do Dolby Digital audio, really starts to take away from one of the high points that Astro could say that they did, which was also that Dolby audio. You'll also notice that while there are wheels and buttons back here, and I greatly prefer a wheel for an audio adjustment or a button for an on-off toggle, especially over like a capacitive just tap. I'm not a fan of those yet, and I don't know that I will be. There is not a wheel to help you regulate the audio balance between the audio line in and game sound. So if you have Discord running and you have your game sound, while you can go into the system software and adjust that balance, there's not just a wheel on the headset that quickly allows you to adjust that, which you do find in a lot of the Steel series headsets these days for much less. The first time that I went to put it in the charging stand and left it there overnight, it didn't make complete contact with the contacts, so it didn't actually charge, but it felt like it was seated in there. Now, after that first night, I never had that problem again because I knew what to look for. These also don't have Bluetooth on them, so you can't connect them to your phone while you also use them as your headset for your PC or your console. And again, that's not a make or break feature for me, but it's just an example of another feature that other headsets in lower price ranges are able to do, and how the quality is starting to catch up with these Astro A50 Gen 3s. To wrap this up, I think the Astro A50 is a high quality headset, great build construction, the audio sounds very great, and it's highly dynamic. It's just missing a refresh for 2021. There's other headsets that are in a lower price range that are starting to catch up with these features, and the question is that enough for you to hold off and hope that we get a refresh on these? I do think that I will use these as my daily headset for my PlayStation 5 of all things, seeing that this is the console they weren't even branded for, and probably use them for my Xbox as well, but I think I'll probably start going back to using my Steel series with my PC. I'm Rob, thanks for watching, and remember that if you enjoyed this video or found value from it, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.